two, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Hey guys, welcome to Local Chords. I'm your host, Michael Kampa, and we're here today with Nick Gerlinger and Aaron Tuckner of local band Alliance Pride. How you doing today, guys?
Good.
Very swell, very swell.
So let's start off and talk a little bit about how Alliance Pride got formed.
So I had been working on some solo stuff, just kind of out of boredom because my old band had broken up, and I was just kind of buying the time until something else came along. And this guy, who kind of was in the same scene as me, happened to live down the street.
I rode in on my noble steed to save him.
He did.
It's very convenient.
Came in with his bass and laid down some tracks, and then I asked my little sister to do some songs with us on the violin, and she was all for it, so that's that. Yeah.
Cool. And you guys have such an interesting sound. It's kind of a folk punk. How did that sound get developed?
I grew up listening to a bunch of punk bands, Brand New, Taking Back Sunday, Blink 182, The Story So Far, but I also always had a passion for folk and stuff like Bright Eyes and, slower stuff, and I just kind of wrote whatever I felt, and that's just kind of how it came out sounding.
I think it's pretty fortunate, too, because if you look at the way that music is going nowadays, too, I mean, more people are opening their eyes to different kinds of music and different varieties, too, so I think that we're kind of taking it at the right time, and I think that people are going to be able to relate with a lot of stuff that we can make, too. So
We're opportunists.
yeah. Yes, we are.
She's got no rhyme or reason, so I don't want to believe it. My fear's ignited, and I'm trying to draw blood from a stone in hate or denial. Well, I had the faith of a child, and all the meanwhile, you're warming up a stranger's bed. And I had a city heart attack trying to get this back on track. You faked the game until this pain had stained my name. I'm not myself, I don't need help. I kept your smile on a shelf just to remember how your lies felt. Singing, oh, guess it's just another day. Go. I'm desperate, it's hard to quit. And so I guess I'll just get lit and pass the time. Check myself in, a lone wolf in treatment. And I lick my wounds, here's to you. I turn myself into your fool. Now it gets warm, close to hell, but you know I can't help myself. I'm singing, oh, oh. Just another day.
So what does your songwriting process look like? Is it a little bit more individual with Nick, or are you a little more collaborative? How does that work?
Yeah, I would say I come to Susanna and Tuckner with very bare bones, song, just acoustic guitar and my vocals. Yeah. And then they'll give input, put ideas, and we'll just kind of mold it into whatever it is, and it usually turns out pretty good, I think.
I'd say so.
I hope.
Better than what I can do on my own. So I'll say that, That's why I have you here. Pick up my mistakes.
You're using me.
I took a sip from the alkaline, my favorite poison when I'm trying to pass the time. I've got a habit of catching these dying trends. I should do myself a favor and make some friends. And I took a gamble on this reposado. It burned a hole in my chest. So I never found what I came here for. No one to stand me up as I crawl my way out the door. But make no mistake, yeah, I'm anything but fake. Though I will admit, my habits might make you sick. I took a sip from the alkaline. The very taste of it sent a chill up my spine. I've got a habit of trying to destroy myself out of hatred, out of boredom, or something else. And I took a gamble on my honesty. At least I tried my best. I never found what I came here for. No one to stand me up as I crawl my way out the door. But make no mistake, yeah, I'm anything but fake. Though I will admit, my habits might make you sick. I'm sorry. It consumes me. And I try to save face when I feel out of place. But I wake up disgraced with my talents gone to waste. So I'm sorry. It consumes me. And I try to save face when I feel out of place. But I wake up disgraced with my talents gone to waste. So I'm sorry.
JFK is another track. How'd that one come together?
I was reading an article about John F. Kennedy and about his abuse of like pain medications and prescription drugs and stuff like that, and kind of the darker side of one of the country's great leaders. Yeah. And it just intrigued me so much that someone like that could, have those secrets and stuff. And I mean, I'm not a world leader, but I could reflect like some of the stuff he struggled with the substance abuse, and I thought JFK sounded sweet as a song title. But
substance abuse is kind of a big theme in music and politics as well. Do you think that there's a correlation there?
I don't.
I think there's just two ways of saying it. I mean,
I think I think everyone's susceptible to falling down that road. It doesn't matter if you're, a representative or you're just a local musician or a rock star. I just think it's really easy to fall down that path of addiction and stuff. So I think it's just something that lurks within everybody, and it's just a matter of whether people go down that road or not.
Yep. And musicians have the
And-
opportunity
and
to express it.
And it's definitely glamorized a lot in Hollywood. You're a rock star. You got to do the drugs, drink, party. So it's glamorized, I think, for worse for the most part. But
Yeah.
Well, I think often, too, there's more to everything you see. There's always two sides to everything, too. I mean, you're always dealing with other demons in your life, too. I mean, aside from, okay, if you were a leader of a country, you still do have a home life, whether you like it or not, too. I mean, you got to go home to certain things, and you got to deal with other things. And I think specifically students, too, in general, you see that kids struggle, too, a lot, whether it be with substances or, just harming themselves and stuff like that, too. And I think that the thing that people don't understand the most about individuals is that I think that what we put on paper is honestly something that everybody can reach out to, whether it just be substance abuse or self-harm or anything like that. I mean, there's just so many different, realms we can go to with our music too, so.
I fell in love once, I could say it's not that great. I sabotaged this damn near perfect thing. I've been to jail before when I was just a fool. I've done some drugs, yeah, thought I could see the truth. I can't be medicated without being addicted. Substances, they give me substance. Someone's got me something new. Where are you? And I drove to Milwaukee, I didn't even blink, and I almost lost my heartbeat and only cared about my next high all night. She couldn't keep up with me, she broke my heart and moved along, felt like she left me to die. Who's to blame? Who can say? I can't even recall the days when we saw clear skies, had clear minds, and I still saw the world in real time. Well, I've been beaten bloody, and I felt my pride tear at the seams. I've locked this pain so far inside, and then I threw away the key. These days don't shine that bright, but I still see the light. I've gotta hold on to this hope, and I'm buried alive. Who's to blame? Who can say? I can't even recall the days when we saw clear skies, had clear minds, and I still saw the world in real time. And who's to blame? Who can say? I can't even recall the days when we saw clear skies, had clear minds, and I still saw the world in real time. And who's to blame? Who can say? I can't even recall the days when we saw clear skies and clear minds, and I still saw the world in real time. And who's to blame? Who can say? I can't even recall the days when we saw clear skies and clear minds, and I still saw the world in real time.
So let's rewind a little bit and talk about each of your individual stories and how you got started in music and how you were drawn to your respective instruments.
Well, about 10 years ago now, it's weird to even say that, but I don't know, my buddies were picking up, guitar and drums, and I was kind of the odd man out, and they're like, well, dude, why don't you just play bass, and I don't know, yeah, I mean, just like Nick, I had a big, like, following of Blink-182, and they were a big part of me growing up, and I really love their bass player, Mark Hoppus. He's a cool dude, really admirable, he's really cool, and I just had to kind of mimic his look, and I got a Fender bass, and everything, and I'm like, well, how do I, once I got the bass and everything, I'm just like, well, how do I, okay, I just played open strings at first, and I didn't even know you're supposed to, like, hold down the frets and stuff, and kind of learned as I got older, and now I'm leagues ahead of where I was when I first started, I'll just say that.
So what about you, Nick?
I kind of was in the same boat. I saw a bunch of documentaries of those punk bands I loved, and it just inspired me. I needed that guitar. I asked my parents to buy me one, and I was 15 years old, and it was Easter. They bought me an acoustic guitar. Had no idea what I was doing. Taught myself. You think after 8-9 years of playing it, I'd be a lot better, but here I am. Just played in a bunch of punk bands, same as him, and then I just kind of started writing more personal stuff, and that's where we're at today.
So was there a particular point where you think your approach to songwriting changed, where it became more personal?
I've had my personal struggles like anyone else, and I think I used it as an outlet for my personal problems and stuff, and it just worked way better than the other stuff I was doing, partying and not taking care of myself. So it was more productive, and I got more done with it, and I was a lot more proud of this kind of work, and I just kind of stuck to that writing technique, if you will.
And following that too, I mean, another thing too is I've always told people is, like, the best way to put your thoughts, out there is just on paper. I've always told people this too. I think I'm the most honest in my life when I'm writing down on paper. Everything out there just comes out, and sometimes it ends up good, and sometimes it's just super sad. And honestly, 95% of the time, it's super sad. There's no happy here, But I think the lows bring you to a different. If you get down that low and you're at the bottom, you need to go back up. There's only certain ways you can do that. And I think with Nick's style, I think that you can have songs that sound so happy, but yet they end up.
It's coming from a darker place.
Exactly, but you feel optimistic coming out of it. I feel like too with some of the songs too, and I think that's one thing that we can actually do really well.
1, 2, 3, 4. Tales have been told and some truths have been stretched. One thing remains certain, this weary traveler needs rest. I've faced all my fears with the courage of a bear, but I've got no way to prove it beyond the simple stare. Wandered these dirt roads and cities all the same, and I braved the ruthless wild while your love it paved the way. For a decade I've battled the colds in the north, and I swear I'd be okay if you were here to keep me warm. Joy was rekindled with the hopefulness of spring, And if you were here today, I'd ask you to wear my ring. But a traveler must make do with whatever things he has. And you stayed behind back home out east, and I never came back. And maybe one day you will prove to be the one. But until then, my wandering soul will look to the rising sun. And tonight I'll rest easy and I'll awake with eager eyes. But when I'm alone and my bed is made, I'll say maybe next time. Traveling right now, but I'm sure as hell, Leah, I'll see you on the other side. I'm traveling right now, but I'm sure as hell, Leah, I'll see you on the other side.
Well, so kind of your guys' big jam is Whiskey Mama. That's a big crowd favorite. How'd that one come together?
That was the first song I wrote. That was originally going to be a part of my second solo EP. And I kind of got like a military marching song in my head, and just kind of took that melody and manipulated it.
Nope.
And I was just going for trying to write a country song. So that's my attempt at a country song. It's not very country, but and Susie added violin to it, and he got on the bass, and then we got Drew jump on the drums there, and halfway through writing the song, I was like, yeah, this isn't country. So I added like almost a rap during the bridge, because I was like, well, let's just throw rap in there too, and have like a poppy chorus. It's just, I think that's the melting pot for all our styles, really.
Yeah.
That's kind of the song that I would say embodies kind of what we go for.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Whiskey Mama's crown of gold had Whiskey Mama drunk alone. She took a trip to Chapel Hill and passed the time by popping pills. Maybe one day she'll come home, but not right now. It's too damn cold. Minnesota winters ain't for her. With our memories in jeopardy, I packed my bags and tambourine. I took a trip and started east, got caught chasing that southern scene. Dusty boots and a new full moon, I tried a stranger's homemade brew, and I woke up halfway through Tennessee. Now I'm caught chasing a ghost so far from home. Whiskey Mama left me to freeze in northern snow. Whiskey Mama sold her soul for body highs and sold out shows. She spent a week in Charleston and had trouble fitting in. Well, maybe soon she'll come around and come to miss those Midwest towns. I suppose that only time will tell. Woo! After blacking out, I had my doubts. turned around and I was homeward bound. That southern scene kicked my ass so freaking well. I had a blast. That don't mean that it's for me. The kind of life spells misery, and I just hope that one day she'll agree. 'Cause I'm caught chasing a ghost so far from home. Whiskey mama left me to freeze in northern snows. I'm caught chasing a ghost so far from home. Whiskey mama left me to freeze in northern snows. And something's telling me my whiskey mama's on her knees in a hotel room. She's got a thing for vacancy. I'm sure she's armed to the teeth with one night stands and hangovers every week. By the time spring comes, I'll bet she's feeling numb. But will she feel enough to go back to where she's from? And though I miss you up here, I realize my fears are all probably true. So I'll just try and forget you. Now I'm caught chasing a ghost so far from home. Whiskey mama left me to freeze in northern snows. I'm caught chasing a ghost so far from home. Whiskey mama left me to freeze in northern snows. Line took a sip from the alkaline. My favorite poison when I'm trying to pass the time. I've got a habit of catching these dying trends. I should do myself a favor and make some friends. And I took a